Hello and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin and I will be reading for Aquarius today. And I will light some Palo Santo, cleanse the space and the cards. And I will be doing a you and them reading, okay? I'll pull the cards and your energy will go here. Your person's energy will go here. I'll do the nature of the relationship as it stands now and the possible outcome. Keep in mind that the energies can be reversed. Just take it as it resonates, okay? And if the reading does not resonate with you, be sure to check your sun, moon, and rising, your other placements. And this is for Aquarius. I can never say that word without thinking of the song, which I'm sure is true for most people, or anyone who's ever heard that. It's from the musical Hair, so if you're not familiar, look it up. It's fabulous. Okay. So this is for Aquarius. Let us pull messages for their greatest and highest good for themselves, their person, and the state of the relationship as it stands at this time. There is a lot of transitory energy happening right now in our relationships, and I know that this week in particular could be very challenging for a lot of people, especially with regard to communication, because there's also Saturn moving into Pisces, which it's been in Aquarius, your sign, for a number of years. I don't know how many, but I know that it's supposed to go into Pisces on the 7th of this month, and it should stay there for about 3 years. So that'll be very interesting, but really great opportunities for everybody to get organized and structured around what they want to do in their work and all of those good things. So I will be adding this evening, later on, I'll be adding some links in my About You section of an astrologer that I found on YouTube recently. She distills the information so well, like so well. And so I'll put her link in the About, and then I'll add a bunch of other links as well for other readers that I really like on YouTube. Okay, so this is for Aquarius, you and them. What is going on between you and your person, the person on your mind at this time? This is for Aquarius. This is for Aquarius. This is for Aquarius. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck we have the 10 of Pentacles. And that is an energy of long-term stability, family, home, tangibles, just basically having life on lock. Typically it includes a partner, a life partner, somebody that you're doing life with. It can also not include that, and that's fine, but it's essentially like you're in a good spot, okay? So Aquarius, on your side, we have the 10 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and the Star. Your person's side, 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, Knight of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. The relationship as it stands now, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, 3 of Swords. The potential outcome, the Star, the Ace of Wands, the Page of Pentacles. So perhaps a starting over. And it would appear that that might be what you're wishing for, but we'll go ahead and see. So it would appear that despite having invested in this relationship, Aquarius, it has been quite a labor of love. You've been trying and trying here with the 10 of Wands. Is something that has felt very heavy at times, but you know, this person is your wish fulfillment, or you see them as, you know, you could possibly be putting them up on a pedestal a little bit, so just be aware of that. If that's true for you, then take it as it resonates. But with the Star energy, you know, you could see them also as unattainable. However, they, you know, they'd be your wish fulfillment. There is a Page of Wands here, so there is something that you're wanting to initiate with regard to action, regard to your passion, regard to how you want to further develop your own personal identity and sense of drive, and like where you're going next and what you want to do, where you want to put your energy. Okay. But for the most part, you have really been investing a lot into this relationship. It could not have been bearing the fruit that you have been wanting to see, but that has not deterred you from the investment. It has not deterred you from continuing to see it to fruition. If anything, it has probably made you go back to the drawing board once or twice and been like, okay, well, what works, what doesn't work, you know? But essentially, it would appear that this has been work on some level. Okay, for your person, they feel like they want to come in with, they may be feeling very fired up at this time, right? They have a lot to say. They're feeling heartbroken. They're feeling pain right now because there would appear to be a stalemate in the energy. They're not communicating at this time, so there's a standstill. They could be trying to decide on what they want to say, how they want to say it. They could still be trying to figure out what it is that they want, or what it is that they think about this connection. Are we or aren't we? What have you? But with the broken heart here, who knows if that could be an old wound and that they're carrying this energy into this connection. Could be old wounds that they haven't healed. So we'll look into it. But it looks like they're coming in hot, and they are wanting to plant a seed. They're wanting to initiate. They're wanting to initiate something for the long term, as Pentacles are very slow moving energy, but you know, the Page represents initiation, messages, and you both have the Pages here, right? So this could be a new connection that you're looking at, that you're a part of. However, with the 10 of Wands, makes me think you guys have been at this for a little bit. We'll see. So, but you're both bringing some beginner energy here, initiation energy. And between you two, there's been investment on your side, and then there's some heartbreak on this person's side, and in between you there's the 8 of Swords. So it would appear that you both have been up in your head a bit about this situation, about this relationship. Could be in terms of identifying what it is. Like, are we or aren't we, right? What is this? What are we? That could be a part of it. But there is a stalemate energy with regard to communication, which makes sense given that the 8 of Swords is here, because it's like that's a lot of, you know, worrying up in your head about everything. And a lot of times it's a prison of our own making. You know, we're really being led by our fears rather than what we actually know. I mean, you could be knowing some things, but yet drawing conclusions, creating your own meaning around what that is, what it all means. And, you know, given that this is a relationship, you want to check it out with the other person, right? So in the possible outcome with the Star, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles, there could be a fresh new, reinvigorated desire, passion, drive for this relationship, but we will definitely see. The other thing about Wands is that it's a very fast-moving energy. It can be an opportunity that if it is not seized in the moment, it's fleeting. It could be a fleeting opportunity. But coupled with the Page of Pentacles here, that brings in some longer term energy. So, and with the hope of the Star, it's like, you know, if you're really wishing for something, that doesn't sound like a fickle energy, right? So essentially there's a lot of desire between you in the future, possibly. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we will look at let's go ahead, let's clarify the Ten of Wands to begin with. What has been a struggle? What have you been trying with? Like, what have you been, you know, continuing to try here? What has been burdensome? Another aspect of the Ten of Wands is that can be personal stress being felt by feeling as though one needs to be all things to all people. You could be holding a lot of different identities, so you know, you could be kind of pulled in a lot of different directions with regard to the roles that you play in your life, Aquarius. So let's see, Ten of Wands, Ten of Wands, ooh, Ten of Wands, Ten of Wands. God, this deck just feels so clumsy in my hands today. So maybe that's something that's happening for you. Like, you feel like you're trying to hold it all together, but you just kind of keep dropping things. And you know, even in this Ten of Wands card, it's very precarious, right? The position that person is in. They're like, ugh, like they're gonna drop stuff. Okay. Ten of Wands is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Death card. So, irrevocable change here with regard to some drama. There's been some conflict. Perhaps there's conflict, perhaps there's been some sort of disagreement between you two that could very well mean like the make it or break it. The Nine of Cups is somebody who is trying to, you know, look on the bright side of things, wanting to share their bounty with other people, but they could also be, you know, faking it till they make it, right? So you could be feeling burdened on the inside, but have maybe trying to put on a happy face and really show, trying to outwardly appear as if things aren't bothering you as much as they are. That could very well be possible. Let's look at the Two of Swords. Okay, the Two of Swords is clarified by the Tower, the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. So your person is, they're in a stalemate energy because they know that what they would decide could possibly bring a Tower moment, or it could bring a continued investment. But you know, it'd be like they really are seeing this as like, okay, a continued investment, but is this going to be bearing fruit? Like they have the Seven of Pentacles on their side, and you have it on your side as well, right? But it's like you're already here in the next, in this, and they're bringing this to begin with. So you could be a step ahead of them in wanting to invest. But yet you're not seeing the fruits of your labor quite yet, because here's this person kind of like one step behind you. They're not entirely sure yet whether or not they want to invest, or whether they want to let this bring on a Tower moment by saying, hey, yeah, no, I'm not going to move forward in this. But you know, in this Tower card, it's like this person is holding on to the Tower. It's like they don't want to let it fall, you know? But the thing is I would imagine that this person's indecision would bring on a Tower moment anyway, right? Because that's always really what is behind the Tower, is that we're not making a move. We're not doing anything to change our circumstance, hence the stalemate energy. And so when we are in a stalemate energy, the universe will come and sweep the foundation, sweep our Tower off its foundation, you know, disrupt homeostasis without us having made a decision. But yet not making a decision is still making a decision. You're making a decision to just like not do anything. So there is some kind of shit or get off the pot energy happening, I believe, in this union here. But you know, it could evolve. We'll see. All right. So what is the Knight of Swords? I want to see what it is that they are coming in hot about. What do they want to say? Because it's like here they're not speaking, and then here they're really fired up about something, wanting to say something. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Oops. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. I am getting so many jumpers in this freaking deck. It is just so clumsy for me today. Okay, so the Knight of Swords is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the King of Pentacles. So, you know, this person has been just kind of also standstill energy, right? They're just sitting with this energy because they know that this is an opportunity that's being presented to them, but yet it's like they're just kind of surrendering and sitting in this. They're just surrendering and sitting in this right now, and they could very well be thinking about other factors in their life, right? Like with the Hanged Man energy, we're sitting in pain. We're sitting in pain of some kind because we are in the middle of, it's basically the time that you have before like a spiritual awakening, a new perspective, a new dawning of some sort of realization is kind of coming in. So this is like the dark before the dawn, really, with regard to a new perspective, right? And so we have the Three of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Like this person has been building something, you know, and whatever this building of whatever it is, you know, perhaps they're trying to build their empire, and maybe they see that this relationship might draw their attention away from that. I'm not exactly sure, but you know, they're in the midst of building something. Like, that could be what they want to communicate to you right now. Like, I really want to focus on my career. And I'm also in the process right now of healing and becoming and changing inside of myself. And we'll look into all of these energies. So let's go ahead and just do this line here. I think I was hooked in a little bit about the curiosity about what they wanted to say, just simply because of the Two of Swords, you know. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, the Judgment, and the Page of Swords. So you are trying to decide whether or not you're going to continue to water this plant. Well, if you're going to continue to invest, because, you know, perhaps you've been keeping an eye on their social media. Perhaps if they have any kind of online presence, you've been watching. This also means watching tarot readings as well, being a cross watcher, or simply you have also, what it also stands for is initiating a conversation, right? Wanting to learn something new. Maybe you want to learn whether or not, like in an effort to come out of this Eight of Swords energy, because when we're in our Eight of Swords energy, we're not getting clarification. And it would appear that you want to initiate a conversation in order to get clarification here, to make a judgment about how you're going to proceed. Because, you know, there's been a Wheel of Fortune is also kind of, can be an energy of kind of being in a cycle. Perhaps you've experienced cycles with this person. Perhaps there's been a lot of stalemate energy for a while, hence the Ten of Wands also. You know, you keep trying, but you kind of keep, sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, you know. So you're really wanting to get more information so that you can decide whether or not you're going to continue to invest. And the Three of Swords, because being in the Eight of Swords energy is not a comfortable place to be. Part of it is self-imposed, but when it pops up in relationship readings, it's like, this can be remedied by having a conversation, you know. But a lot of times we don't have those conversations, because if we sense that it's a make it or break it conversation, and what if you have the conversation and it breaks it? Like, that's really painful. That's really painful. And not a lot of people want to feel that, you know? So, okay, what is up around the Three of Swords? Three of Swords. Three of Swords. Three of Swords. Three of Swords. Okay. The Three of Swords is clarified by the Five of Cups, the World, and Justice. So, I mean, geez, like the ending of this relationship, the ending of this connection is really, really a bummer for this person. And that's a complete understatement. Like, to have the Five of Cups right next to the Three of Swords, you know, I mean, this person could be feeling a sense of regret. Not having, you know, made a decision sooner. Perhaps you're the one that came in, but yet the Knight of Swords is not on your side of the fence just yet. But, you know, there's a sadness at the possibility. So if we're going with the storyline of right now, The nature of the relationship right now is that you're both in your head about this situation. You're wanting to get clarity so you can make a judgment call and you can move forward, okay? Whether or not you're going to continue to invest or not, continue to water this plant or not. This person is thinking about both things, thinking about whether to invest or whether to let the tower fall. I think that the possibility of this union, this relationship coming to an end with the world really does bring up a lot of heartache for this person. Like the possibility that that would happen is very, very sad. So it's like, with that being said, I don't believe that your person wants to see it end at all, but they also have a need for balance here, balance and truth and fairness. And I think that this person probably sees that they have not, I think that this person sees that they have been in stalemate energy, really straddling, should I or shouldn't I? Should I invest? Should I just not? And this stalemate, non-communicative, sitting on the fence energy is not fair to you, because you're here, you're showing up, you want to invest, like, you're like, yeah, let's do this, like, I'm here, I want to do this. And this person isn't sure that they want to do that. And they know that that's a bummer, that is not fair to you. It is not fair. And so bringing in fairness would mean an ending. If they're going to be fair, if they're going to be truthful, and they're just going to be like, well, this is exactly where I'm at. I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want to move forward and invest in this. I don't know if I want to let this go. Like, I'm just treading water here. And I'm also, maybe I'm spoiled for choice on things that can be possible for me, right? Like, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to choose, but they need to choose. And they know that they do. And the possibility of the, not choosing you is sad to them. Or let me just say, the possibility of choosing to not invest in this relationship would hurt you, and they know that, but yet it would be fair to you in the long run, because they see that that is something that you want. And if they know that they can't give it to you, that's going to hurt you, and then that is really going to be painful for them, because they don't want to bring you heartache either. They don't want to bring you heartache. And the possibility of that is making them feel sad. There can be some commitment phobia happening here, but at least they're being mindful about wanting to be fair to you. But the thing is I get a sense that they really they get something out of this connection as well. Otherwise it wouldn't matter to them, right? If they didn't care and they didn't get anything out of this relationship or out of this connection, they wouldn't give a shit, right? They wouldn't care. They'd be like, okay, well, yeah, it just ended, sorry, So it matters. And if somebody matters to somebody that much, where they don't want to hurt them and it would bring them pain to hurt them, I think that also tells you something, doesn't it? I mean, it does, right? So it's really not about whether or not they want to commit to you. It's about whether or not they want to be in a relationship, I think. Because, like, a lot of people do feel this way, with kind of more avoidant attachment styles. They could be really enjoying the connection that they have with somebody, but the actual possibility of making it official and, like, continuing to move forward and have this person be their partner is like, oh my God, but what if, like, what if I miss something better out there? Like, that can be a part of somebody's process. Anyway, which you know, in and of itself, that internal dynamic is totally, that's a whole other conversation with regard to psychology and attachment. But I think that feels as though that's at the root of what is going on with your person here. Another aspect of what could be going on is, okay, well, how can I build my empire if I'm investing in this relationship? You know, maybe they don't feel like they have enough energy to have both. That's a possibility too, right? So maybe they're not in a position right now to give you as much as you know, to give you as much as they know that you would like from them, with regard to investing in this relationship, and because their energy is, you know, perhaps their work is very demanding, or even their goal, their drive, and what they're wanting to accomplish is demanding. Another aspect could be that they are in kind of a soul evolution type experience right now with the Hangman, and we are in Hangman energy. Like, we are in Hangman season right now. This is Pisces, and we are in Pisces right now. And given almost every single read that I've been doing lately is all of this stuff. It just keeps popping up in different forms. That people are transitioning, relationships are breaking down, people are choosing new paths. So anyways, I'll stay focused on your reading here, Aquarius. But, you know, this person could be, you know, holding a lot, like career, personal development, relationship, right? But I do get the sense that this person really does care very deeply about you. Okay, so what is your Page of Wands over here? What do you want to initiate? What do you want to initiate? What new message of initiation are you? You're hearing the call, right? You're being pulled. You're being drawn somewhere, which I think is also behind your want for answers here, because you don't want to be sitting here. This is not a mobilizing energy. This is a destabilizing, immobilizing energy right here. But thankfully, it's something that you can be proactive about in getting out of it. Either you can choose all on your own, be like, well, I'm just going to move forward, and, you know, I might not get the conversation that I want. I might not get the answer from this person, right? But I know that I'm hearing the call and I'm feeling the pull to go pursue something else, whether that be another person or just another totally, like, something that you're fired up about, right? So let's see what that is. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Okay, so the Page of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Devil, and the Ace of Pentacles. Well, that's interesting. So you're being called, perhaps you're being called to work on your own toxicity. Perhaps you're being called to work on yourself, to work on healing some sort of internal dynamic that you find debilitating for yourself, for your happiness, for the growth and development of your relationships. You know, perhaps you're taking an honest look at yourself right now and really knowing that you got to work on your sense. Maybe you're struggling with addictions. Maybe you are struggling with codependency. Any kind of thing that is in in your life that is not working for you, that is debilitating, that you have felt shackled to on some level, and that you're wanting to heal and then wanting to plant a new seed for new growth, a new day, a new life, a new healthy dynamic for yourself. That really could be the call that you're wanting to answer at this time. You know, the Page of Wands, they're being drawn, they're being called to go and like follow this drive to work, in this case, work on yourself. Another thing could be working on planting a new seed somewhere, right? Because we see in this energy, this is Eight of Pentacles, it's like paying attention to your mastery in your craft, right? And, you know, there's serenity in this. Like, there is concentration. This person in this card is in the flow right here. They are in the flow. And when you're in the flow, when you're like fully focused and immersed in what it is that you're doing, like you're aligning yourself with the thing that you are finding mastery at. And that could be any number of things, but it's dedication, it's focus and work. And not just work for money, like I'm gonna go, you know, sit at my desk and do all the paperwork and blah, blah, blah. But like, you know, I get the sense that this is a call to, by focusing on yourself and focusing on your craft, your work, or your thing, whatever your thing is, that is planting a new seed. And by virtue of that, by virtue of answering this call, you will be working on this other toxic thing within yourself, which could be focusing too much on somebody else, okay? Being in relationships with people who, you know, you see them for a while, this and that, and then you get to this stalemate energy of like, they can't decide whether or not they want to be with you, you know? And then you're kind of like, okay, well, I'll keep trying and we'll keep going around this hamster wheel and we'll just keep doing this thing, you know? Like, we'll just keep kind of reliving this cycle. And the thing is that this person does not bring the cycle into your life. Like, it takes two energies to engage in some cyclical relational behavior. And this devil right here is, you know, in relationship, I'm forgetting that word, in proximity to, juxtaposed by, it's very much a part of that. So I think that that's what the devil energy is. That's what the you know, toxic dynamic is. And, you know, saying the word toxic sounds kind of judgy, and it's not coming from that place, you know. And we all have our weird things that we engage with, that we do, you know, chasing unavailable people, or not committing to people that we know are good for us, whatever the case is, you know. Let's see. What's the Page of Pentacles here? Page of Pentacles. 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 Can you hear that? If you can, that means my dryer is done. Okay. So, your person with the Page of Pentacles, it's clarified by the King of Cups, the Two of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So the Two of Wands is also which action do I want to take? Up here this person can be like, well, I'm of two minds about this, right? I'm of two minds, you know? What happens, thinking, what happens if I choose this? What happens if I choose that, right? And then once the mind is made up, then we're kind of going into action mode, right? Which is Wands. And so Two of Wands, what do I do? Right? So it's still very much very, very close together. The Two of Wands, this person wants to plant a new seed. They want to initiate a new long-term growth plan, a new long-term growth thing for their life. And with the King of Cups and the Six of Pentacles here, they are going to be doing it with a lot of heart, a lot of care and compassion. Like, there is a lot of love here. There is a lot of love for you on this person's side because they see you as the soul recognition, you know, equal give and take with the Six of Pentacles, right? At least depicted in this card. However, there is, you know, you see these two cups and then you see all the tea going into this person's cup, right? You know, so it's like, which one do you want to invest in more? See, with the Six of Pentacles, typically this is someone who's giving alms to the poor, okay? And it is seen as equal distribution. But what I think is going on with your person is that they know and they realize and they feel that it's very hard for them to give equal distribution, okay? And they are very work-minded. They are very they want to build up their pentacles. So I think that your person, you know, they want to plant a new seed. They have a lot of love for you. And they know that there's like two options here. You know, I could do this or I could do that. So I think at the end of the day, they still might not know. And like, we don't have a definitive here. I mean, given that, I mean, this, and that the Two of Wands, this person is also holding the world. And the world in the tarot means the end of a cycle. But they're looking up at the moon. And so when the moon shows up, they're also doing some like, this is an invitation to do some shadow work, and that is right underneath the Hanged Man here. So your person has not decided yet. They're still in the Hanged Man energy. It's like Siddhartha under the Bodhi tree, where it's like being in Hanged Man energy is being in the space of pain and discomfort, but like really just sitting in this very, very raw place. And you know, it can be when you're in the midst of doing shadow work, you know, but just in the midst of transforming, in the midst of really, I mean, it's kind of a whole combination. It's like when I'm talking about this process, I think of Temperance, I think of the Hermit, I think of the Moon, you know, it's all in the soup. But with the Hanged Man, you're in it, right? And the thing is when you're in it, you're not on the other side where you have this, where a decision has been made. You know, it's not like that. You know, you're kind of just still kind of here in this spot. But I don't see this person in the Hanged Man energy and in this stalemate energy, because it's not a shallow experience, you know? It's not like somebody being like, oh, well, maybe I will, maybe I won't, I don't know, I'll see. You know, it's not like that. There's something very deep going on with your person. Okay? They're not being flippant about this decision. They're not, because they know that this is heavy and intense. Your person's feeling very very intensely with the 3 and the 5 and the Tower and the Hangman and the King. I mean, it's all there, you know. So they know that they love you and that you are a soulmate. They know that they love you and that you're a soulmate. And that's clarifying the Page of Pentacles. But yet, there's the Two of Wands. Deciding between two actions. Okay, so the Star for you. Whenever the deck is thinned out a bit, because like I've put like 1,000 cards down. Normally with this many cards, like no wonder these readings are so long. Like, I mean, you can read them this way, you know. Like here, you know, what's fair to invest my, how do I find balance between what I want to grow when it comes to work and it comes to this person? That's what this is saying right here. I'm feeling confused. I'm spoiled for choice here. There's fog, there's illusion. I'm just kind of, I don't know what to choose. This is in the spot of not knowing what to choose, but knowing that you need to choose something. Then there's the World, the Hangman, and the Two of Wands. So there's 7 choices, then there's 2 choices, but yet there's a meditation on it. And this decision could very well bring the end of something else, the end of a cycle of some kind. Okay. And with the Tower to happen, that's going to bring a lot of sad energy, a lot of sad feelings, like deep, deep grief, because there is a lot of love here. And ultimately, I know that whatever ends up happening with this Tower, it is going to put you put me in a spot to build something up, because the 3 of Pentacles is building. The 3 of Pentacles can also be seen as the networking card, friendship, collaboration, cooperation, you know, stuff like that. I feel like it's more of a collegial, when we're talking about it in the sense of relationship, it's kind of like, it could be like, okay, what am I going to be building with you? In this sense here, it's kind of like, for this person, this is very much an independent, kind of internal experience. Like, I have a lot of love for this person, and I know, you know, there could be a Tower and blah, blah, blah. Like, what am I going to build? What am I going to build? Okay, over here, let's see, what's the Star? The Star, what are your hopes here? What are your hopes, and what's the energy behind the Star? I mean, you could very well be feeling like this person is out of reach. I'm going to take that one. Oh. Okay, so the Star is clarified by the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Lovers. So you want to communicate to this person that you want to be their lover, like you want to be with them, and you've been bringing in you know, here's the Queen of Cups and here's the King of Cups. So in the finish, we have a divine pairing here. I will say this, out of all the relationship readings that I've been doing in the past like week or so, like this one, it has a sense of like, but in the finish, it's so much more hopeful than a lot of the other ones that I've seen. I mean, you know, this is very hopeful. Aw, you guys. There's so much love here. There's so much love here between you and your person, Aquarius. They're just having a hard time. They're not as sure as you are, and that's not because of you. It's because of them, and they're worried because they, you know, they just don't know if they have enough space, I think. I don't know. It's hard. I mean, I've told you everything I've told you about it so far, but either way, what you're bringing here, you have Queen of Cups energy, Knight of Swords energy, and the Lovers. It's like you're wanting to come in with communication, but given that you have the Queen of Cups here on the one side, like you're not going to be coming in like, usually the Knight of Swords comes in hot and really like kind of can say some like, can have some anger there, right? But I believe that if there's some anger in this and impatience in this, you're tempering that with your personhood of like your Queen of Cups energy. You know, you're bringing in the communication with compassion and care and understanding and empathy for what your person is up against, but you're also communicating it with care and compassion and empathy for yourself. And that is the thing that I think you've been struggling with. Perhaps in the past you haven't spoken up for yourself. But in working on that internal dynamic, planting the new seed for how you want to show up for yourself is going to help influence this Knight of Swords energy. Because ultimately, the most loving relationship that we should have is with ourselves. And I know that's so cliche, and people are sick of hearing that shit, as I am from time to time. But it's true, because, you know, it's just not in like some weird narcissistic kind of way, but it's like you can't, if you don't love yourself, then you can't show up for anybody else, right? So perhaps in a way that's something else that your person could be working on in their Hanged Man experience. But this is very deep. You know, and I mean, and taking it in as a whole, like I see so much love here. And, you know, soulmate energy, there is some fear. I mean, maybe not, I don't know if I want to use the word fear, but there is some kind of like indecision, like how can this person still be giving to everybody? I mean, and that could very well be constructed in the mind, right? You know, because there's something about the Two of Wands, there's something about the twos that feel very black and white to me. You know, like if it's yes, then it's all this. If it's no, then it's all this, you know, and it's very like, okay, where's the gray? Where's the gray area? So that's, perhaps that could be a part of what this Hanged Man experience could bring for your person, is that like, oh, like maybe I can have both. Maybe I can have a relationship with the person that I love and still work. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, if this, then no this, and if this, then no that, you know? It's a very rigid way of thinking sometimes. I think we can get very much trapped in our rigidities, and these rigidities are born in places such as this, you know, rigidities of the mind. But this is ultimately your hope, right? And in the middle we have it's like a new beginning, a new passionate beginning. So let's go ahead and do, and we'll first, I didn't clarify that. I don't think we need to clarify the Eight of Swords. I think we've explained that. It's just two people in their head about the relationship because of the stuff. Everything that I've explained already seems to be clear. So let's see, what about this new Ace of Wands here? What is up with this? Yes, get to it, Robin. Okay. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Okay, so the Ace of Wands is clarified by the Magician, the Four of Cups, and the Ace of Wands again. So, the Four of Cups, every time I see the Four of Cups, I'm like, fucking get out of here. It's just like the harumph card for me. It's like, oh, I don't want to accept this miracle. It's like, brat. Okay. So, all right. So let's think about this for a second. The Magician lands on your side, okay? And the Ace of Wands lands on here. But in the middle, with this Ace of Wands, there's the Four of Cups. So in a sense, there is some discontentment with whatever the new beginning is going to be, right? But there's a manifestation of this new beginning. There's a manifestation of a new beginning, but the new beginning could quite possibly be rejected. Which is kind of a trip because it's like there's all this love here, but then there's some struggle with that over here for sure. And then, because you're in it, like you're in it to win it. Like you really, yeah, like I've explained already. But yet you do know that you have some of your own work to do. You're both, and I really love how on this line here, you got the Devil energy in the middle and this person has the Hanged Man. But like given the context, it's like you're both doing work. Like you might be already in the actual active stages of like doing your own work, right? Because with the 8. And then this person's also in a stage of working on themselves, but more in an internal sense, in a very meditative, kind of like raw, kind of dark night of the soul experience. So down here, it's like manifesting a new beginning, but is somebody still going to be harumphing about it? Oh, I don't know if I want that. You know, I don't know. This can signify boredom. It can signify disappointment, rejection. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen here. And the thing is I don't think we're supposed to yet. I mean, we know where you both are, but this person doesn't know what they want. What this person's still in process. Darn it, I should have put the bottom of the deck energy before I picked it up and started shuffling. Let's just do the 8 of Swords, because I'm hoping that we'll get more information. I feel like I want a resolution for you guys. All right, so the Eight of Swords is clarified by the Hierophant, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Pentacles. So that's been the, you know, the current situation, both people being in their mind about the commitment and their values, all the things. But in this case, whether or not to commit, and, you know, looking to the future, trying to be logical about it, but also feeling like neither one of you, and this Four of Pentacles is falling on this person's side. So they don't want to let you go. They don't want to let you go, you know? And this is like, hello, we've gone over that, you know, with the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. It's like they don't want to let you go, but they don't want to commit to you either. Or they don't know if they can. Like, it's so, I mean, which is a process, which is a very common experience for many, many people. It's a very natural human experience. Absolutely. Both experiences. Very naturally human. Okay? Very naturally human. Yeah, but there's anxiety about that, you know? All right, bottom of the deck energy, Eight of Wands. So there will be communication about this. There will be communication coming soon. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some animal cards for you guys. So I don't know, maybe Aquarius, you could take some solace in just the whole, you know, everybody moves at their own pace. Everyone moves at their own pace. And Aquarius, you can answer this call whether or not this person has made up their mind, okay? You can do this. You can do whatever else it is that you want to do. And this whole Ten of Wands business, you don't have to keep trying for anything. You can just be. This person knows where you are. This person knows, you know, otherwise they wouldn't be feeling all this stuff. So you do you, honey. You do you. You do you. And that's fine. You don't even need to be tripping on, because this person's all, you know, they're fine. They're fine. They'll figure it out. And whatever it is that they do, you're going to be okay. Whatever it is that you do, they're going to be okay. Everyone's going to be okay. Okay? Okay. Dragonfly, magic. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant. I am blessed. Yes. Yeah. Sea otter, happiness. Be the master of playful living. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Aww. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. Yes. That's what I was trying to say. You know what? That brought some clarity for me to add something to what else I was saying about this situation when I was talking about like black and white thinking and rigidities and stuff like that. And with Saturn moving into Pisces, there is a sense of like, okay, maybe the Saturnian energy will be kind of like, they have a little bit of a, it'll help the water people tighten up, you know, boundary up, structure up, and maybe it can help those that are overly structured loosen up, find the gray areas. You don't have to be so this or that or that or that or rah, rah, rah. It's like, oh my God, it's life. Just fucking live it. Like, it's okay. Like, love who you want to fucking love, man. Just like, give it up. Like, get out of this stupid Eight of Swords energy. This is such fucking bullshit. This energy right here, whatever, man. You can walk right out of that. You don't even need to be trapped up in your head about anything, dude. You don't. Nobody does. Nobody does. So my big old point is, this person needs that energy and needs that medicine, because we struggle more in the mind when we are really struggling with our sense of control around life stuff. Sometimes we just have to like go with the flow, let things unfold, trust in the process, and really get in touch with our hearts, right? Get in touch with your heart. What does your heart tell you? You know, what does your heart tell you? And it doesn't always have to be so black and white. Like, if this, then that, and that, you know? It's like, how about both and? You know? Both and. Lizard, regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are a master of regeneration. Very nice. Okay. I'll pull some keywords. This is a long reading, you guys. Thank you for, oh my God. The Elk and Ash, strength. The Lizard and Pitcher Plant, stagnation. Oh. The Hare and Oak, new opportunities. Yes. So I think it's going to take a lot of strength to come out of this stagnation energy in order to, and it could be on both sides, because you could be experiencing stagnation as well. Maybe kind of like continuing to try, waiting, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's going to take strength to break the stagnation in order to seize new opportunities, okay? And that could be, you know, new opportunities unto yourselves. And however this relationship evolves, because that's the other thing, like relationships can evolve and change over time, all the time. It's like a river that flows and the banks along the river get eroded, and you know, it's just, things are different, things change along the way, you know, they just do. You just have to be in alignment with the true nature of the relationship that you're in, you know, and make peace with that. And a lot of times those feelings don't match up, and that can be very painful, but then you heal from that and you move forward. That's how life goes. Okay. Iris, spread your creative wings and take flight. Lotus, stand still for now and listen to your life. Boom. Buttercup, be ready. The best is on its way. Woohoo! I'm going to put the creative business over here because I really like that Eight of Pentacles. I felt that energy coming off that card. All for you, Aquarius. That, you know, getting in the flow, getting in your own flow, your own creativity. Fantastic. Anyways, that's what I have for you. This was a really long reading. If you have watched the whole thing, thank you so much. Share, like, and subscribe. It's a very easy and free and quick energy exchange, and that really helps a lot. So thank you so much. I really enjoyed doing this. Okay, bye-bye.